paperclip stands for People Against People Ever Re-enlisting. Civilian life is preferable. And it goes back to GI war resistors that to show each other they were resisting would wear paperclips on their hat or on their uniform somewhere as like a form of solidarity. So when you put it up there, it's just very apparent.
Someday you'll be alone.
Someday you'll be alone.
Way out there in a combat zone.
With your iPod. So, in reality, right now, you guys will be electrocuted. There's no way.
I joined the military for the same reason anyone else would join the military, because everyone was patriotic and because I wanted to serve my country, but mostly because my parents couldn't afford to send me to college.
Memorial Day of 2007, I went out onto a field where they plant a tree for every soldier who dies in the 3rd Infantry Division. I wrote on my arms, "Stop loss killed this man, end stop loss now." To show that I wasn't afraid to die, I was dying for a reason. I wasn't about to go overseas to fight for a cause that I no longer believed in. I'd rather die at home and raise the awareness to the issues that face veterans.
I'm patient, man. I'll stand out here and wait. I'll wait as long as it takes. I just want to go and stand at that podium and read this letter that these brave young men and women who've served their nation in uniform want to say to these Democrats who say they want to end the occupation of Iraq.
Tomorrow we are having a Rage Against the Machine concert. We have about 10,000 people there. It's a free concert, specifically for IVAW.
There's a military bearing that has to be maintained when you're in that uniform. Getting down on your knees is not appropriate.
So let's flip that, and what can they do? What are their options rather than what are their non-options?
Using military formations, using our parade dress, using standing at attention.
The DNC in '68 was a police riot. Like, they went crazy on the protesters and beat up a bunch of fucking people. And I'm saying, on one hand, yes, it would look good to be in formation. More importantly, we should be thinking about how to ensure that people aren't just getting snagged up at the very beginning, that people can actually hold the street.
I don't think we should go into this with the mentality of any of us getting arrested. I think we should all make it to the Pepsi Center and do whatever it takes to freaking make sure every one of us gets there.
A lot of people join the military because they do it out of desperation. A lot of people do it out of patriotism. A lot of people do it because they really couldn't get it into college or whatever. But there are a good amount of us who join because it's what we always wanted to do. I wanted to join the military from my earliest memories. I mean, I can't remember not ever wanting to be a part of the service. When the shit hits the fan, and the infantry guys need some sort of backup, I'm the guy who calls in for the explosives. I'm the guy who calls in the mortars, artillery strikes, attack aviation, close air support, and extreme cases during invasions, naval gunfire. Anything that goes boom that you see on TV, I'm typically the guy making it happen.
Fister, I didn't touch it.
So yeah, I'm called a Fister. FIST is Fire Support Team. It's Army's got acronyms for everything. So I was always the guy who was introduced as fister in the bar to the ladies, and that's usually an awkward situation. I knew what a forward observer was long before I ever joined the Army. You have the power of God. You are the one who chooses, you're the first one on the ground, you're the eyes of the artillery who chooses what lives and what dies. A day that's not often brought up or discussed is 9/12/2001. Before I knew it, I had the entire pizza place, as silent as you are now, with my back to the counter, preaching about how we should use nuclear weapons to vaporize the entire Middle East. And then I corrected myself. I said, no, that's stupid. We need the oil. So we should use biological or chemical weapons, just so that we destroy all the living beings. And then we can go in and colonize the Middle East and use it for what it's good for its oil.
I went to Baghdad at the age of 19, and I served as my civil affairs team's machine gunner. And traditionally, women aren't supposed to have that role. And looking at me now, I weigh 120 pounds. Why would somebody pick me as their bodyguard? Because I tell you what, I was vicious. I was vicious. I would have to go in before my captain, and I would have to go from room to room and make sure that no one was in it to hurt him. And I would go into these houses, and I can remember after the first or second house, I just kind of got numb to the things that I would see inside. It was just really bloody all over the place. You could see exactly where the people got killed in their sleep.
Who are we? We are the troops. Matthis Chiroux. Let us pass. Go. One.
We all will know the cadence. By the time that starts, have someone else on the other side of the formation start up and him stop, and like confuse the fuck out of them.
One, if we do know we're gonna get arrested, why do we have to lock arms and sit? Because one, it kind of does break military bearing. I think it looks bad. So if we just stand there at attention, and they come and arrest us, that makes the image. We don't have to. We don't have to have our arms linked, because then we just look like a bunch of regular protesters in uniform. And the second thing is that if we do reach a police line, we don't have to continue to march toward them because it's aggressive. Why don't we have just one person in formation having a folded flag? He breaks out formation and marches in a kind of a funeral step, marches toward the police officers and presents them with a flag. Then everybody salutes the police officers. That's going to mess with their heads. Like,
yeah, I like that.
So then you're not aggressive.
And then if they attack you with a flag, then
it'd be just a nightmare if they did. If they attacked the guy with holding a flag and
yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
Us having a police liaison in front is awesome, but what if they don't respond? What if they're ordered again not to speak to the civilians or to the veterans? And then we have no negotiation.
Then IVAW will decide.
We can communicate to them, oh, this is a nonviolent protest. We're just trying to get our message heard to Obama. But
that's why you have a good police liaison, because they'll say, we're giving you 3 warnings, you've got 2 minutes, then we might use force. You can say, what kind of force are you going to use? What are you going to do to our people and stuff like that.
The Obama campaign, they have to be made aware that the front cover of a lot of newspapers could be a bunch of vets getting arrested. That's political leverage on the Democrats who are major players in the city.
You're giving them a folded American flag. It's kind of like saying, these are your troops that are dying. You know what I'm saying? Like you would give someone's mother a flag.
A lot of the cops are going to be vets. So for them especially.
Hollywood producers and makeup artists and all of them, graphic artists, do a really fucking good job. I can tell you that the gore and the death depicted in the average horror movie today looks really fucking realistic. That's why I can't see those fucking movies. Because I'm not reminded just of the image of death. I'm reminded of the way that this man smelled. And I'm reminded of the fly that landed on the blood dripping from this man's head. I'm reminded of the little fly that would land on my face and crawl into the corner of my nose that would crawl into the corner of my eye. And because I'm a soldier and I'm so disciplined, all I'm doing is doing my job, and I'm taking these photographs and allowing these flies landing on this dead body to land on the mucous membranes. I remember that smell so strongly that I could taste it. I don't know if it was because the flies were landing so close to my nose that caused the taste or whatever, but I could taste dead human beings in my mouth for 3 days. I'm not talking about when I sit down and I eat. I'm not talking about, just walking around. I'm talking about when I'm sleeping, I smell and taste dead body. That is what PTSD is.
In Iraq, of course, I went out on missions every day. And traditionally, this isn't a woman's job, and I got assigned to work with the 1st of the 7th Cavalry Division, which is an all-male unit. They drive tanks and Bradleys, really big equipment, and wherever I went, I was pretty much the only woman for a few months, and until we came back to camp, and it showed, because every time we worked with a new person, they were skeptical of my abilities, not only as a soldier, but as a machine gunner, and I had constantly people looking at me, kind of waiting for me to fuck up. You're in college, I'm gonna swear, deal with it.
Here's the thing that I want to say, not that I want to discredit any of you, but I really would like to see something other than 3 white men on the stage representing all IVAW, because, I don't know how Marlisa or Wendy or Selena feel, but I still get asked if I'm someone's girlfriend. So if one of the women in IVAW are willing to stand up there and speak and represent us, or if someone that has pigment in their skin wants to stand up and represent us, I think that would be a great idea.
Don't talk with your hands when you're talking to a cop. Again, when I talk to a cop, they're going to march and they're going to face. I leave this unless I know I have a good reaction.
We're going to go through some drill and ceremonies. If we all remember how to march, we'll be straight. Company, sit, hut. Okay. I'm not turning around.
Okay, yeah.
Right face.
Your other right.
Okay. About face. All right, now we're going to practice a right column. Forward, forward, forward. Right column, forward. Left face. Parade press.
It's been so long.
Company. Foot change. Foot. Just right. Press.
So we're going to
so wait, hold on. I hear cops.
Yeah.
If anybody asks, cops come in. We're practicing for a play. Got it? Okay. Miss Saigon 2.
We're in the play Yankee Doodle Faggot.
Right. Peace. Forward. March. Left. 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 Right. Company. Mark time. March. Left. 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 Right.
Salute. Please make
Okay.
sure officers know they're not striking or saluting. It's a sign of respect.
You all have 5 minutes before you're going to be arrested if you don't disperse.
So, the police have given their first warning. 5 minutes.
Second platoon.
Company.
First squad.
Present.
Take
Hold.
a fall line. Fall up.
The 1 minute mark, and after that you will all be arrested. I repeat, you have 3 minutes.
So, you know, we've got thousands of people. It's really hard to let them all.
Company.
All right, for the love of Christ.
Order arms!
Give them their last warning, Kris.
Okay, this is your final warning. You now have 1 minute.
The final warning has been given. Everyone
Arrest him, he's too close to us.
Present! Oh!
Hey there, Commander. Would you mind if
Let's take it from him now.
Okay. I'm going to just take this from him.
All right, your time has expired. You will all be arrested. Interesting. Get the guy with the horn too. Don't forget him again.
Senator Obama, in your campaign for the presidency of the United States of America, you have clearly presented yourself as the anti-war candidate dedicated to change in trying times. Iraq Veterans Against the War is the only organization consisting of active duty service members and veterans of the global war on terror committed to ending the occupation of Iraq. We believe that a responsible withdrawal of U.S. forces from Iraq should include 1. The immediate withdrawal of all occupying forces from Iraq. 2. Full and adequate health care and benefits to all returning service members and veterans. And 3. Reparations made to the Iraqi people for the destruction caused by U.S. war and occupation. Senator Obama, we will be marching nonviolently on Wednesday, August 27th. Our march will hold accountable the Democratic Party for their initial and continued support for the illegal occupation of Iraq.
I want every single one of you to look at me, look at my brothers and sisters, recognize the sacrifice that we made, the love of our country that we have, our determination to change the course of history, to change this country. I want you to find the courage within your heart to step over that line today.
We're going to get you guys out into the streets where we belong as a generation. Any violence, the media is going to seize on that. It's going to be the only story. We want the story to be that there are veterans who are pissed off about this war, and we all got their back.
On this particular day, I was the lead machine gunner for an entire convoy escorting the commanding general of the 1st Cavalry Division. The whole purpose of the day was so CNN could get a picture of the general with little kids in front of the clinic. And we had a local rapport with the people that were there because my team was always interacting with the civilian population. And one of the young men that lived there, his name was Ahmed. He had gave us information before that people were in the area. And he was young though, so he was kind of annoying. Part of the job of being on the turret is in traffic, and when you're stationary, you want to keep people away from your Humvees so they don't throw anything in, they don't get close to you, they can't plant something on the side of your vehicle. And this day, Ahmed was just up, he was talking to me, and this other man machine gunner hopped out of his turret and went to beat Ahmed with a collapsible baton, and then looked up at me and said, "That's how you do your job, you need to learn." Jeff and I had met with the Denver Police Department. We met with the Chief of Police, we met with Lieutenant Vince Porter, and we met with another sergeant. And I think the police sergeant was where from Jeff and I were from, and they had all these these misconceptions about thinking that the veterans were going to take on the police and that we are going to lead like a violent, I don't know, overthrow of the riot police. And the tempo was such in Denver that there really was riot police all over, and it was very, I just remember being very fearful and very scared, because I remember being on the other side and being that person, like this scary occupying force, and remember like looking at them and thinking, I know they're just as scared of us as we are of them, because there's a lot of us even though we're unarmed. My team got a Bradley escort. Bradleys are the smaller tanks used by the cavalry. So we were going down a particularly bad section of Baghdad. It was a road called Route Irish. It goes all the way to Baghdad International Airport, where a lot of Saddam's palaces are. So on this particular day, we were driving down a road and we were going really fast, and there was a Bradley in front of me and a Bradley behind me, and it was just me. And in a turret, at that point in time, they didn't have armor, so pretty much from my waist up was exposed to bombs, and I started taking sniper fire. And I knew that the fire was meant for me because both of the Bradleys that we were driving with their hatches closed, because it was a bad area. People had been attacked there before. So when I heard this zipper sound past my head, I had an M4, which was my personal rifle, and it had a scope on it. So I was looking to the apartment buildings to the left and right of me, trying to find the person who was trying to kill me. But the only thing I could think of going through my head was, it's my job to protect the people underneath me. And as I was looking for this man, I couldn't find who was trying to kill me. I couldn't find who was shooting at me. And the major who we were escorting in our vehicle started yelling at me to start shooting. And he said, "Specialist Murray, why aren't you firing?" I said, "Because, sir, I don't have a positive ID and we're surrounded by people. I'm not going to shoot innocent people." So I didn't.
Forward! Forward! Left, 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 right. Your left, your left, your left, right. Your left, your left. Upon her head, she wore a yellow ribbon. Upon her head, she wore a yellow ribbon. She wore it in the springtime in the merry month of May. She wore it in the springtime in the merry month of May. If you ask her why that she wore it, if you ask her why that she wore it, for that soldier who was far, far away. She wore it for the soldier who was far, far away. Far away! Far away! Far away! Far away! She wore it for that soldier who was far, far away. Remember JFK! Remember JFK! Tried to lead the way! Tried to lead the way! Got shot one day! Got shot one day! In the early morning! In the early morning! Hey, 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 hey. It's all right, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right.
Mr. Obama, whenever you're ready, we're here to meet with you or your direct representative. That is all.
We're thinking of doing about face not to leave, but to circle back around.
Go to a more strategic spot.
To a better strategic spot, yes. All right? Is that well, before to get tear gas. All right.
That one goes out to all our supporters behind us and all our supporters.
Send me off the
if we could keep that going, it would be fantastic. I really don't want anybody to have to get hit with those because they look like they hurt. All right? Any acknowledgement? Back up, because that's what they want. Back up!
We're used to being the ones with like the Kevlar and the big gear and the weapons, and we got to them. I remember looking at them and thinking, wow, that was me once.
State your name! Do solemnly swear
You got John W. Lamb. I have his number. Remain nonviolent. Step back away from the police line, please.
Walk to West Denver, you idiot! United States of America! No. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to make allegiance to the same.
We who believe in freedom will not rest. We who believe in freedom will not rest till it comes.
I'd like to have the attention of the police officers. We want to thank you for your service. We see you as our brothers and sisters in arms. I want you to know that. We are non-violent. We are passive. We are the United States veterans. We have come here to hold the Democratic Party accountable. We want to talk with Senator Obama. We do not want to hurt you. We don't want you to hurt us.
I'm going to help you guys move forward. Are you going to be arrested? I mean, I'm not going to like stand there.
Reset!
I'm pretty sure. And we're going to take a couple cover shots.
They're saluting you. We thank you for your service. We know that you thank us for ours. I want to inform you what we intend to do and what our philosophy is. First off, I want to tell you that we are completely non-violent. If you throw tear gas or if you try to arrest us, we will not resist. I want to repeat that. We will not resist. We are committed to non-violence. Secondly, I want to tell you we intend to take 10 steps forward. Excuse me, two steps forward. Please don't fire on us. We mean no harm. We respect you and love you. Thank you for your service. 2 steps forward. Forward.
Kind of had to go and make the extra effort to be non-violent. It was especially hard for a lot of our members with combat training.
We are here to hold the Democratic Party accountable. We are here merely to deliver a letter to Senator Barack Obama. Please escort one member to deliver this message. That is all we are asking. We are here trying to get our message to the Democrats. We are the people of this nation.
We're going forward or back? Forward. What about the veterans who are getting arrested first? They want us to move forward with them, and then at that point we can leave or stay.
And just to know, this is a higher risk situation than the rest of the day has. So if you have very, very serious risk arrest issues, it might be a good chance to move further to the back. Thank you for your service, veterans. Thank you. You're an honor to your country. Thank you.
It took a lot of effort to be willing to just kind of maybe take the abuse that they were given.
Right out there. That's who we would go. Do you want me to go with you? Rob.
Okay. Yeah.
We got through to the campaign staff and they've agreed. The Veterans Liaison is coming out to set up a meeting to talk about when we can read our letter to the delegates. So we've succeeded. So what I need is for you all to just be very cooperative with the Denver Police Department, who have been exceptional today. I believe you'll agree. And let's just wait on the campaign staff to set up this meeting, and the world can hear what we have to say. So just diffuse, no wildness, no craziness, remain nonviolent in all accounts. Sit down, go wherever you're told to go right now, and just stand your ground, and the world can hear what we have to say. Thank you. Yeah.
You feel like repeating that? There's 200 supporters who are ready to get arrested. Can you repeat that for them?
Yes. I'm going to say that to the supporters, back there, that they don't need to get arrested.
Okay.
Yes, we can! 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 Yes, we can!
Hi, it's Jeff Key here. Any word on when that meeting might happen? I am at the corner of Market and Spear. I'm a 6'5" Marine in dress blues. Market and Spear. Yeah, there's several police vehicles.
Sorry, can you move back? Guys, can you move back?